When you're vlogging, you should never, ever, ever, ever treat your gear like this unless you want to break it. What's funny, at home, which is 2 hours ahead of this time zone, I was getting up at like 4 a.m. and here I'm getting up at 5:30. Also, this overhead lighting is honestly pretty insane. It's nice and diffuse in daylight. It's great. I'm not the only one that got up. When you're vlogging, you should never, ever, ever, ever treat your gear like this unless you want to break it. Typically for me, every tripod that I use or don't use is going to have a specific reason behind it. Mostly just making the camera look a specific way to help convey an emotion that I'm trying to get across to you, the viewer. A good example would be if I'm transitioning from a drone shot and I wanted to give you a interesting angle that you normally wouldn't see, then maybe I would get a GorillaPod and kind of hang it from one of these rafters up here facing downward. That way you are still looking downward because of the drone shot previously, but it transitions to a better camera with better audio. Also, it's not just a straightforward shot, therefore still piquing your interests because of the angle. And then with that leading into just wanting a standard regular shot, like for talking heads, I'll use like a tabletop tripod or just a regular standard tripod, and that works great. And then sometimes when I don't even use a tripod, like right now, well, there's a reason that I'm not using it right now, but I'll get to that a little bit later. A lot of the reasons my shots will look like this and I'll have some foreground right here is because I want to provide an interesting angle, and I want to give you, the viewer, the perspective of something like a bug or like an inanimate object or something else that I might shoot later in the sequence. But to answer your question, as of right now, I am just using, this really crappy lens hood that came with the lens and a table. That's a terrible, terrible way to set your stuff up, but, I have a reason. But look at these line streaks coming from the window to here. I feel like I'm the only person, or anybody that's interested in videos, the only people that are going to appreciate something like that. I mean, that looks incredible. It's like movie lighting. While I was editing my vlog last night, my hard drive ran out of space, and if you've ever had to edit anything while your hard drive's running out of space, it's really, really annoying, so You know, there are fewer things in life that are more boring to buy than hard drives, but they're so necessary. The most boring thing ever. So the reason that I can't use my my current tripod, I kind of alluded to it a couple vlogs ago, but basically for some reason the ball head just is not it's not staying, and I've tried tightening everything on it, and it's just not staying. So I've ordered a new one, and that should get here in a couple of days. But until then, all of this is going to be handheld. That's why. It's not that I don't want to, it's just that I don't trust that tripod to hold this. Like, I would hold it and it would like droop down. Like, that's pretty bad.